What's up, guys? What's up, guys? We are another YouTube video. So before we get to it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. As you know that we like to bring value in the community. So in today's topic, we're gonna focus more on reversal patterns. We're gonna show you where reversal you can expect reversal patterns on an uptrend and on a downtrend. You remember our second video we talked about types of trends. So today we're gonna talk about types of reversal patterns. So in that types of reversal patterns, we have those double bottom structure, your head and shoulder, which you know about. So what we're gonna dwell much on, it's where you can expect and where you can spot a double bottom structure. A double bottom structure or your reversal patterns simply means that now we are changing a direction. If we were in an uptrend, the market will give you a signal which is a double bottom structure, and then it's giving you a signal that right now I'm making a turn, and then I'm creating what? I'm creating your downtrend. So let's just get to it. So we have four types of reversal patterns. So let's just we have your double bottom structure. Double bottom structure, which a double bottom happens on a downtrend, and then a double top happens on an uptrend. So let's create it now. So let's call this a double bottom. So let's erase this. So let's, yeah. So we are having a double bottom structure. Let's give it a name. Double bottom bottom double bottom structure. So on a double bottom structure, most people like to call it a W, which is a W. So if you see a W in the market, or you see an M, which means it's a change in trend. So let's draw it now. Let's let's draw it. Let's draw your double bottom. I call it double bottom. Let's draw it. So basically what's happening here is gonna be your two bottoms. Your two bottoms are gonna be on your support. Your support there, that's where your bottom are gonna lie. And then you have your neckline. So meaning by neckline, I mean where we are supporting on, we are resisting, where the market is resisting. So let's just take a drawing tool and then show you what's a double bottom. But in mind, before I show you, just know that a double bottom structure, some kind of a W. So your W, it's like this. This is your W. Your W is like this. So this is your double bottom structure. This is your first reversal pattern. So this pattern happens on your downtrend. If you're having some kind of a downtrend, the market, when it reaches the overall sell, that's where it's gonna create your reversal pattern to indicate that no, right now I'm pushing to the upside. I'm changing a trend. So where the market is supporting, it's here. The market creates your bottom here. This is your bottom, and this is your bottom. So what we see here, where your W is resisting, that's what we call it a neckline. So the neckline simply means that if we break this neckline, the market is going to come and respect this neckline, which means it's going to give you a retest. So you want to wait for a retest, because you can't really confirm that this is a double bottom. So you can confirm that is a double bottom when we see that the market right now, it broke our neckline, and then right now we are pushing to the upside, to the upside. So this double bottom happens on an uptrend, happens on a downtrend, simply meaning that right now we are having change in trend. So right now, let's go to your top. Let's go to your top. Let's go to your top structure, which your top structure is a reversal of this. Basically, most people call it an M. So what we're gonna indicate here, your double top, what we're gonna indicate your double top is basically the reversal of a double bottom, which is an M. If you take a W and flip it, you're gonna get an M, and if you take an M and flip it, you're gonna get a W. So that's what I mean is the opposite of this one. So let's go and create your the double top formation. So your double top formation happens on an uptrend. The market is basically reach your buying your overall buys, and then right now it's changing a trend which is gonna give you a downtrend. So expecting a downtrend if you see an M in the market. So let's erase this text, and then so your double top structure. So we are having a double top structure which is your M. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did on our previous reversal pattern. So after we finish this, I'm gonna show you. We're gonna go to the chart, and then I'm gonna show you those double bottom, and then your inverse head and shoulder that I'm gonna show you about in a minute. So this it's where we are having. This is where we are having. My phone is ringing, but let's just switch it off. So basically here we are having an M. We are having an M. Let me switch my phone off. Yeah, it's off. So here we are having an M. This is an M, guys. This is an M. So an M really happens on an uptrend. The market is showing us that right now we are pushing to the downside. We are changing direction. We are changing direction on our double top. So this M is an opposite of a W. So this happens when you see change in the market. So if you see a change in the market, you want to see the complete M. And then if you see a complete M, you want to wait for it to come for a retest. That's when you're going to be more safer than predicting that, okay, this is a double bottom and then the market goes against you. Or if this is a double top and then the market goes against you. So we are having two reversal pattern now. So we are left with two. So the two that is left, it's what you like it to call it your head and shoulder, and then your inverse head and shoulder. So we have basically we are having a head, and then we are having those shoulders like a human being, and then we are having a head. So even them, they are indicating that we are having change in direction. So on your clear head and shoulder, that's where it happens on an uptrend. The market is telling us that, okay, right now we are expecting more sales, and then we are having a neckline still. So if we're having a neckline still, we want to wait for the market to come and break our neckline, and then that's where we're going to capitalize on putting an increased sell your sales, and then we're going to hold it all the way to the down. So on your inverse head and shoulder is inverse head and shoulder is basically opposite of the clear head and shoulder. So that's like your M and W, but that's a head and shoulder. So for those of you, if you don't know a head and shoulder, let's just get to it. No, man, let's erase this. Yeah, let's take. So we are having your head and shoulder pattern. You're having your head and shoulder pattern, and then let's get to it. So let's take our text box, and then so here we are having a head and a shoulder. Head and shoulder. Head and shoulder. So we are having your head and shoulder. So let's just draw your head and your shoulders. So we are having your right shoulder, and then we are having a head, and then we are having something, some kind of this. Then so, but let's draw it properly. So before we draw your head and shoulder, let's just take our trend line so that it can give us a guide, so that it can get us our rectangle. So our rectangle, let's do our rectangle like this. So let's put this to be here. So let's draw. This is our right shoulder, and then we go down, and then we create our head, and then we get into the structure, and then we come and bounce at our support, and then we form our left shoulder, and then this is your head and shoulder. As you can see, this is a head, this is a shoulder, this is a shoulder, and then here, that's a neckline. That's a neckline. That's where we'll get our entries. That's where we get our entries. We want to wait for the market to break here, and then we come back for a retest. So this is your reversal patterns. We are left with one. We had your W, we had your M, and then right now we are having your head and shoulder. So this head and shoulder happens on. Let's close this. This head and shoulder happens on your uptrend. So the market is basically telling you that no, right now I'm going to push down. I'm going to put the downside. I'm going to put the downside. So let's go to your inverse head and shoulder. So this thing doesn't want to go here, but let's so let's erase this, and then let's create our last reversal patterns, and then we get back to the chart. We get back to the chart, and then I'm going to show you where do we see our reversal patterns. Reversal pattern is simply means that the market is changing direction, is a change in direction. So this the end reversal pattern, that's what we call our inverse head and shoulder, the opposite of a clear head and shoulder. This is basically the opposite of what we drew just now. Then right now we are having your shoulder, and then we are having your head, and then we are coming back to the structure and support on the neckline, and then we are having something like this. So on this right now, let's mark where do we see our head and shoulder, and then on an uptrend or on a downtrend. So let's go to the first one, which was our double bottom structure. So our double bottom structure, this is an inverse head and shoulder. This is an inverse head and shoulder. So basically our double bottom, the structure, before this structure forms, we have something like this. We had something like this. The market, it's from here, and then it came down to here, and then we came and created the double bottom structure, and then what we'll wait for a retest around this zone, and then we're gonna push to the upside. Sorry about that, I didn't draw. Yeah, let's draw it properly. This happens on a downtrend. That's where the market reached an overall selling point. So it wants to push up by creating a reversal pattern. Basically, the market is giving you a signal that right now I'm pushing to the upside. So be on the lookout for that. So we will have the push to the upside, and then we will come and support and at our neckline. And then on our neckline, it's where we're gonna take our buys. That's where we're gonna capitalize on the market making something like this. We're gonna push to the upside. So this is a reversal of this. So here on your double top, that's where we have reached the maximum buying pressure. So it happens on your uptrend. It happens on your uptrend. That's where the market is reversing for south. So we had something like this on this reversal pattern. We're having something like this. So the market came to this point, and then it reached your buying pressure, and then the market breaks our neckline, and then we wait for a retest, and then you take south as the market is going down. So you see what's happening here. On this, the market, we have been on a downtrend, and then we came and supported and created your double bottom, and then this double bottom shows you that right now we are forming some kind of a reversal patterns. The market wants to reverse the downtrend, and then we want to form a new trend, which is an uptrend. So this, we've been on an uptrend. The market reached your buying pressure, and then right now it's indicating to you that right now I'm going for a downtrend. So this is your double bottom and then your double top. So let's go to your head and shoulder, and then after this head and shoulder, that's where I'm gonna show you um this types of reversal patterns in a real in live chart, in a live chart. So your head and shoulder happens on an uptrend, just like your double bottom. That's just like your double top. So this is a head and shoulder top, and then this is a down shoulder. Yeah, this is your reversal, your reversal shoulder. So we have a head and shoulder, né? And then we are having an inverse head and shoulder. So this happens on an uptrend, this happens on a downtrend. So previously we had something, the market has been doing this, forming this uptrend, and then we came and then supported at this, and then the market broke. It failed to really push the upside, and then it came back to our support, and then it gave us our right shoulder. Basically, this trend, this head and shoulder is indicating to you that right now the market is changing your uptrend, and then we are going for sales. We are going to form a downtrend. So you will wait for the market to break your neckline, and then you're gonna wait for a retest, and then you're gonna take sales as the market is going down. So this happens on an uptrend. The market is indicating to you that right now I'm forming a new channel, which is at your downtrend. So we're gonna move to this inverse head and shoulder. This inverse head and shoulder, the market it was on your downtrend. The market it was on your downtrend, and then it reached your overall selling pressure, which means sellers are exhausted, and then buyers are starting to kick in the market. So this happens on your downtrend. Basically, the market is telling you that right now I'm reversing, I'm forming an uptrend. So this is our neckline. You wanna wait for something like this. You wanna wait for a push to the upside, and then you're gonna wait for a retest, and then you're gonna push to the upside. So you see, you saw that we had four major reversal patterns. There is no way the market cannot reverse without not giving you this kind of reversal pattern. So we had a double bottom, we had a double top, we had a head and shoulder, we had an inverse head and shoulder. We had a double bottom, which is a W. If you flip a W, you're gonna have an M. If you flip an M, you're gonna have a W. So what I've drew here, you can just memorize just one double bottom. You know that if you have a double top, it's a reversal of a double bottom. If you have a head and shoulder, and then the reversal of a head and shoulder is an inverse head and shoulder. So let's jump back to the charts. Let's go back to the charts, and then show you these types of reversal patterns in the market. So we're gonna look at Nasdaq. We're gonna look at Nasdaq. We're gonna look for reversal patterns. So before I even start to analyze the chart, I saw something powerful. I saw a double bottom structure, which is here. Which here it was our. I saw a double top. Basically, this was a double top, and then your neckline was here. This was your neckline. So this is your double top. If you see what has been happening here, we've been on an uptrend. We've been on an uptrend. Let's take our trend line. Let's take our trend line, and then let's close this. Let's close this. So we've been on an uptrend. We've been on an uptrend, and then when we reached the buying pressure, and then we created a double top, and then the market gave us a double top, and then we came back for retest at our resistance, and then we came and retested at our resistance state, and then we broke our neckline, and then we came back for a retest, and then we took sales, and then the market started to show us some kind of a push to the downside, because we had a double bottom structure. So this is what I've been saying. This was your uptrend, and then the double top that I talk about, it was formed on an uptrend. So your double bottom, you'll see a double bottom on your uptrend, and then you'll see a double top on an uptrend. Sorry, you'll see your double top on an uptrend, and then you see your double bottom on your downtrend. So this is what we see here. That's what we saw here. And then let's go and look for another reversal pattern in the market. So let's erase it. And then if you can see, guys, remember, guys, it doesn't have to be clear. The market won't give you, if the market was that simple, everyone will be trading and everyone will be rich. So you just have to work hard, man. Just have to work hard to be easily to 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 be able to identify those reversal patterns. So here I see something powerful still. I see an inverse head and shoulder, I see a shoulder, I see a shoulder, and I see a head here. So if you can see your inverse head and shoulder, really it was printed on your downtrend. So this was your inverse head and shoulder, this was your shoulder, and then this was your head, and then it came, and then it gave you another shoulder, and then it gave you a retest, and then the market pushed it upside. So this was your inverse head and shoulder, which happens on your downtrend, and then right now we saw a double top, and then we are left with your clear double bottom and your clear head and shoulder. So let's go to 15 minutes. Let's go to 30 minutes. That's where I saw your head and shoulder. So if you can guess it, we see a head and shoulder somewhere here. I know that you can see that head and shoulder, that clear head and shoulder. So your clear head and shoulder is here. So if you can see your your trend has been in, we had an uptrend. We had an uptrend, and then when we pushed the upside, we pushed the upside, we pushed the upside, and then the market failed to break this point, and then it gave us some kind of a reversal pattern, which is your clear head and shoulder. So your clear head and shoulder, it's here. Let's just take your drawing, and then we are having a neckline, and then we are having where your shoulders are supporting, and then we had a head. So this kind of a head and shoulder, a clear head and shoulder, happens on an uptrend, and then that's what we saw. We saw a head and shoulder, and then the market really gave us a retest on small time frames, and then we pushed to the upside. So this was your clear head and shoulder. This was indicating a reversal pattern for you, and then right now we are done with your inverse head and shoulder. We are only left with one. We are left with your double bottom structure. So your double bottom structure, I see it here. I see it here. Here is your double bottom structure. If you can identify it, you can see it. I'm kidding. So this is your double bottom structure, and then we had a support. We had where the your two bottoms where are supporting your two bottoms here. That's where your W has been respecting this zone, and then your W was formed at this zone, and then we had our neckline. We created our neckline here. So, but yeah, I remember this trade. I was in this trade. I saw a double bottom structure, and then I waited for a retest, and then the market really pushed to the upside. And then another thing, the market came and gave us a double bottom structure again, and then I was still in this trade because it was some kind of a retest on a small on a higher time frame, and then we pushed to the upside. So this is your double bottom structure, which clearly happens on your downtrend, and then if you wanted to draw it, we can just draw it, and then this was your W. It was change. It was your change in trends. Your change in trends. So let's just make it yellow. So that was your W, and then we showed you a head and shoulder, and then we showed you a double top confirmation. We really showed you an inverse head and shoulder. So that's it for today, guys. That's it for today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So it's the lesson. It was for people who don't really know what reversal patterns are. So but we're going to create a playlist of beginners at beginners level, so that they can really focus more on beginners level, and then they can be at an advanced level. So this was for people who didn't know, but if you didn't really know this this video is actually important for you, because we cannot change this, we cannot change in an uptrend without not having this. So these are the basics. So these are the basics. If you don't know these basics, you will not get it right in the trading world. So this is important for everyone, and then it's very important even for beginners, as you know that at Forex Growth we like to bring more value in the community. So but we are still gonna bring you more valuable videos in the future. So that don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like and share. So we are currently signing out.